RRR becomes an India selection, 99% it might get nominated for the Academy Award. 99%. That's the impact RRR has had in the world of Hollywood. Like India actually might have a nomination in the final five if RRR is the film that we pick.
I overlooked the fandom of RRR in the West just to be restricted to a select few creators. You know, when I knew the film was making waves globally that no Indian film has done in the past few years? When Jeremy Jahns reviewed it. I'm joking. It was when the bloody honest trailers came out. Yup, that's when I knew the impact is unparalleled. Before anyone jumps to the conclusion of dismissing this video on several accounts, hear me out on where I'm coming from. One, I do believe that RRR as a film has already won. The accolades that have been showered towards SS Rajamouli as a creator and Ram Charan and Junior NTR as talent are a testament to that, for simply being appreciated and deservedly so. Two, I understand that Indian films do not need a stamp of approval in the form of an Oscar to validate the quality of their storytelling. The sheer love RRR has received critically and from a box office point of view even before North America lost their marbles about the film is a clear indicator that the magic of the film was recognized and celebrated. But as is the case when chances of an Indian film to be in the reckoning to be nominated or even the possibility of them winning increases, I start to wonder about why a particular film is best suited for India's submission to the Oscars. I wanted to first start by highlighting how the perception of films here versus there are vastly different, and by talking about India's recent history with the Oscars. You know what I've also realized when it comes to this particular award and how it perceives us as a country? There will always be a tonal difference of what they consider to be compelling cinema from this country versus what we really think was a home run in terms of storytelling or screenplay writing. Ask any cinema buff or even a regular viewer of Indian films and ask them their genuine opinion of Slumdog Millionaire, and most people would term it as a pretty ordinary movie. What was loved, celebrated and regarded as path-breaking wasn't so much the case of the population here. To even go beyond that and make a case for A.R. Rahman winning the Oscar for songs like Jai Ho, and most Indian film fans would tell you that's probably his most overrated work in his illustrious career. And they could go on to even tell you on the top of their head more than 10 scores or songs composed by A.R. Rahman that are far superior in every way. So when in VT Station, Dev Patel and Frida Pinto dance on Jai Ho as the conclusion of the film, most of us here in India cringe, while the West thinks of it as a beautiful celebration of Indian culture. The fact is that when India has really chosen compelling scripts that highlight some of the most grave social issues in our country, the Academy has not been receptive to it at all. Films that are actually representative of the ground realities and social complexities of us as a nation, the Academy has often ignored our masterpieces. So whether it be a hard-hitting Tamil film like Visarnai, a thought-provoking Marathi film like Court, or even an effective satire like Newton, the more understated and nuanced the storytelling, the Academy has been less receptive to such stories. So I can make a case for a Hindi film like Sardar Udham, which India's committee itself only rejected on the grounds of it being offensive to the British, which is absolutely bonkers to me, by the way. You can make a case for Kashmir Files for the visceral nature with which it showcased a traumatic part of modern Indian history, or even a Tamil film like Gargi or Kadasai Vivasai. But I've come to the conclusion that the West just is not receptive, or the Academy in this case, and equates these stories to Indian cinema. The case of a film that is larger than life in its scale and vision becomes something that one should consider even more looking at the past history of India's relationship with the Oscars, and this is where RRR comes into the picture. You know, us as Indian film fans and especially regular Telugu cinema viewers are privy to this especially is the inventive mind of SS Rajamouli. So while we can make a case for Magadhira, Bahubali or even Eega being the best representation of the crazy ideas he makes a reality, RRR and its frames for the West is something they've never seen before. The sheer audacity to make the interval block a reality and execute it with such complex and effective use of technology is just one example. To make the storytelling even more compelling, the integration of themes of Indian history with real-life freedom fighters and transforming them into superheroes representative of revered figures from Indian history and mythology makes for a concoction far too interesting to simply ignore. The film guaranteed a spectacle, showcased extremely stylized set pieces that are technically exceptional, even guaranteed an emotional story of brotherhood against the backdrop of India under British rule. It's not closed off in its echo chamber so much that it only caters to a select few. Neither is it generic in form to create parallels with its counterparts in other languages. Even if a film like RRR doesn't become India's official entry to the Oscars, I feel like it has a way to still be in the reckoning, as the case was with Parasite, where it found a place to itself be in several technical categories like regular films. RRR's global distribution, both theatrically and through a streaming platform like Netflix, has given it a chance to be even considered amongst the regular releases in the English language, making me think that it has a huge shout out to be considered for best visual effects or even production design. Despite its flaws that we see as Indian film fans, RRR guaranteed a theatrical experience like no other this year. That, backed by the sheer euphoria it has been welcomed by some of the most respected names in the film industry in the West, it feels like RRR is a good creative and strategic choice for India's entry to the Oscars. Again, I want to reiterate, not that it matters, but it'll still be pretty cool to see SS Rajamouli on the global stage holding an Oscar if it does materialize. And that was a video, guys. Write down in the comments below what you think about this idea. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram, the handle's right in front of you. Follow me at JammyPants4. Also, please support us by smashing the like button and subscribing to our channel for weekly content ahead. Thank you for watching.